Hey there, I'm Joe Carter. If you've ever popped the hood and thought, where do I even start? You're in good company. Around here, we take the mystery out of car repair, one fix at a time. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to sharpen your skills, there's something here for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're into learning without the headaches. All right, that's enough from me. Let's get into it.
Which one is better depends on the specific repair case. Composition. Each type is based on a binding component, a resin. At the moment, most often used in the manufacture of polyester or epoxy resin, which has good compatibility with most paint and varnish materials. For example, putties based on synthetic resins are incompatible with nitro enamel. But this type of paint is no longer used for painting cars. The second component is a filling mixture of talc, chalk and silicon. In each of the types of putty, these two materials will be approximately equal amounts. It is the subsequent components that form the differences, determining which putty is correct to use in a particular case. To better understand what kind of putty to apply at home, let's consider each of the types separately. Glass. The composition includes crushed fiberglass. Putty full multi include basalt, granite, marble. The same components, but only in a more pulverized form, are used in putty fine and spray. The average between these two types is soft. An important component of the light composition is microspheres. They are well ground, and also have a lower specific weight compared to full and multi. Flex uses rubber, which makes the material more malleable. The alloy composition includes aluminum particles, which improves thermal conductivity. Application fiberglass putty can be used as a base coat for deep damage. Fiberglass has good binding ability, so this type of putty is often called reinforcing putty. It has a small shrinkage and a good coefficient of expansion. But it can be used only as a base layer, since the material has a porous structure. To avoid shrinkage, reduction in volume after polymerization, fiberglass is respackled with filling or universal composition. Filler compounds can be used to shape the repair area. It is these compositions that are used for small damages. Finish putty in auto body repair is used last number. It has the least porous structure, so the primer will subsequently give minimal shrinkage. You can make a smooth transition from the repaired area to the old paintwork, avoid outlining after priming and painting. The peculiarity of spray putties is only in the way they are applied. Like primer, paint or varnish, this type of material is applied with a spray gun. In the home is not used, since it requires special equipment. Most often this type is convenient to use for large areas of repair. The hood can only be properly puttied with aluminum putty. Thanks to the aluminum particles, the repair area reacts better to temperature fluctuations. Only after alloy is it permissible to fill and finish compositions. Puttying plastic. A special place is occupied by putties for repairing elements made of plastic materials. To restore fiberglass elements, it is correct to use compositions of the flex type. This type includes special putties for plastic. They are used to repair bumpers, moldings, and other plastic elements of the car. Due to the elasticity of the repair layer will burst at a much greater amplitude of change in the shape of the part than universal or filling putty. It is worth mentioning that a special primer is also used for plastic. How to prepare, dilute and mix. Instructions on how much hardener to add to the putty are always indicated on the package. Often the recommended value is no more than 2 to 3%. How much the putty will polymerize will depend on the temperature at which the repair is carried out. It is better to put less hardener than to put it too much. In the first case, it will take more time to dry, and in the second case, you not only risk not having time to putty the part before the hardening of the composition, but also reduce the strength of the repair composition. An excessive amount of hardener impairs adhesion. It is the lack of adhesion, the answer to the question, why burst putty on the car? Stir the material to a homogeneous color. It should also be done correctly, so as not to inflate the putty. Applying quality preparation is the key to successful puttying. Properly prepare and putty the repair area will help. The following tips, according to the technology in the place of damage, should be bare metal. Preparation also consists in sanding a small area around the damage. This will avoid sharp boundaries of layers of old paintwork. The first layers should be thin. The first coat should be applied in an indenting motion to reduce the number of pores. Complete interlayer drying of the first layers will help to avoid shrinkage, about 10 to 15 minutes at a temperature of plus 20 oC. Do not overheat the putty with a construction hair dryer. You can create a crust that prevents polymerization at the junction with metal. You can safely heat the car part only from both sides. It is best to use infrared lamps when drying. If the putty is completely hardened, grind the surface with PAT. Stuffed risk will improve adhesion with subsequent layers. Remove dust from the pores after sanding. Like primer, putty is hygroscopic. Therefore, it cannot be processed with the use of water. Work with your own hands. The topic of puttying and auto is extremely extensive. If you take into account the information provided in the article and on the video, you can perform the work correctly even in garage conditions. We intentionally did not judge which manufacturer is better, as this parameter most often depends on the price of the material. Types of putty for carPuttying a car. In conclusion, mastering the basics of puttying a car is an essential skill for any DIY enthusiast. By understanding the different types of putty and the proper techniques for application, you can achieve a smooth and professional finish. Remember, practice makes perfect, so don't hesitate to experiment and refine your skills. With the right knowledge and tools, you can restore your vehicle's appearance and protect it for years to come. Thank you for watching, and happy puttying!